Shalom. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles, the elders, of great millstone, for teaching us the truth according to the Bible, and who rule well, and Shalom, not a sincere argument throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth through diligence and sincerity and charity. And Shalom to all you sincere followers, believers of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Not just hearers of the word, but doers as well. You men, women, and children, hopefully like Shalom. It's Brother Kabah back with another GMS lesson. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. This lesson is going to be on faith and everything that's going on in the earth. The things that we hear about, the things we see about, the things that's to come. We're going to have to continue to keep our faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And the Lord's going to put us in situations, if we're part of that number, to increase our faith. All right? This is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And what we hope for is salvation. Can we see it? No. And that's what these accounts that we have in the scriptures are help to boost us and build us on. All right. To help build our faith. What's that? This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. All right. So what's been given to us is the scriptures, the accounts of things that happened to our forefathers, how they prevailed, how they overcame. And it will be left to us as to keep us going forward, right? As well as many other things that we could look back upon and say, look, the Lord didn't forsake our forefathers. He's not going to forsake us. Okay? So let's go back to Hebrews. Excuse me, I'm a little congested this morning. So, Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And what can we not see? Salvation, how we're going to make it through these times, how the Lord's going to deliver us out of certain situations that we're in now. And that's why we have to just continue to pray. Excuse me. Slocky, excuse me. All we could do now is pray and just give everything to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And for you newcomers, when we say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, we're referring to who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus. Okay? Yahweh, who the world calls God, that's his name in ancient Hebrew. Who the world calls Jesus, his real name is Yahweh Shai in Hebrew. Yahweh, he exists. Yahweh Shai, he delivers, he saves. So let's jump down. But first vow by faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, but Yahweh had translated him. For before his translation, he had his testimony that he pleased Yahweh. And that's what it's about, because Enoch was taken up in a chariot. All right. He pleased Yahweh on the earth, and that's what we're in the line of duty to be doing. Okay. Pleasing the Lord here on earth, so that when the troubling times come, we will have a shield of protection from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 6, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. Right. You not having faith in the Lord is like a smack in the face to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It says, for he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is. See, he is power. He exists. And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. All right. And faith is a gift. The Lord didn't want all Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners to please him, man. He wants to destroy 2/3 of his people, going back to Zechariah 13, around the 8th verse, I believe. So the Lord has given you this gift. Don't take it lightly. All right. This is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith. All right. And not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, of Yahweh. Not of works, lest any man should boast. You understand? We are saved through faith. A lot of Christians like to say they're already saved. Well, a true believer is going to understand that they're not saved yet. All right, but they have a chance through believing, through the gift of faith. We have a chance of what's getting ready to come in the pipeline. Jacob's trouble. Famines, wars, pestilences. I just did a lesson the other day where, someone perished from a 24-hour plague. All right, and that plague was symptoms that came from the bubonic black plague, something to that effect. All right, and the symptoms hit hit her quick, and she died within 24 hours. So the Lord ain't playing, man. But anyways, it says, Ephesians 2:8, for by grace are you saved through faith, that not of yourselves, it is a gift. So if the Lord's gave you his gift, don't take it lightly, man. Because the scriptures say in Matthew, chapter 13, verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Right? You hear what the Lord is saying. All right, the deep, dark saying, the parables, the breakdowns. The Lord has given you the spirit to understand. All right. So let's go back. Romans chapter 11. Not Romans, Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6 says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You got to continue to diligently seek the Lord. That's another way you know that the Lord is pleased with you. Each and every day the Lord wakes you up. You're praising his name. All right. You're holding fast to the correct doctrine. You're reading, you're studying, you're doing lessons, you're doing your part as a helper or whatever the Lord has called you to do. All right. And through your faith, you're not crashing out in these latter days. Once again, the Lord is going to reward those that have this faith. But you're going to have to go through things. You're going to be tried. The Lord's going to take things away from you to see if you really love him. Let's see here. Where is that at? Thinking of a precept. I spelled that wrong. Yeah. Damn. I think it's in, just give me a second. Yeah. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 35. It says, who shall separate us from the love of Mashiach? Shall tribulation, catching hell, or distress, or persecution, which get ready to come down, right? Those of us that have this faith, all right, these things shouldn't separate you from having faith in the Lord, because your faith is going to be tried during these times, especially when persecution comes, where they're putting people up on TV and saying, have you seen this person, and bring them in, and bounties on the head of the men of the Lord. All right, it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real. All right, it says, or famine, a lack of food, all right, water, or nakedness, or peril, or sword. All right, so suffering these things, will you continue to have the faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? Because the elect is not going to let anything separate them from the love of Hamashiach. And that's the mindset we got to ride out with into the kingdom. Okay? Just something on faith. Pray that we keep it. And pray that the Lord continue to sup with us and guide us. All right? Because, we need it. And the Lord's going to put you in situations to increase your faith. Remember that. Shalom.